Okay, so what I'm going to do is turn off the buses before we start. Because I want to just be like, hey guys, thanks for tuning in. Oh my god, 50 people. What are we at? My heart's like racing. You can't even see how many people from there.
No, you have to see it on the... 55.
50. Oh, 57. Oh, shit. Yeah, let's just wait a few more minutes.
Oopsie, I put the wrong music.
Yeah. Are you going to wear your headphones?
Yes.
Okay, I just need... it's up to us when we want to start this, right?
Yep.
Alright, I'm not ready. I gotta, like, pee, but... Should I just pee real quick?
Yes.
I was so scared before we did this. But good, it's a nice thing. It's a nice thing. I'm gonna close this, okay?
Yep.
Yeah, guys, I'm not showing up.
Mary's a real diva.
Oh my god, hold on. 2 more minutes, okay?
Yep.
It's in Iceland, right? No. You can type them?
In YouTube, yeah.
Oh. Alright, let me start from the beginning first. We haven't... Hello? Oh, shit. I'm almost ready. Oh, scared. I'm scared.
70 people.
Wanna wait a couple minutes?
No.
Let me just make sure I can turn my buses on. Alright. Let's do it. You ready?
Yes.
Let me just make sure my... There it is. Alright. See us? Uh-oh.
Hopefully we should be...
I think that's right.
Yeah. It's not flying through, though.
Let's see. Hey, look, I'm okay.
Oh, so he...
Can you guys see us? Oh! Hi! Oh my goodness. You know, it's weird. Like, I'm like, oh, did you know, like, this is going to sound really weird, but I'm actually more nervous doing this than when there's, like, hundreds of you guys in front of us. Because I feel like it's weird. Like, there's no audience here. So, you know. Yes, we get our
Sorry.
kid. Yes. So, anyways, really, really happy you guys are here. You guys can hear us good. Oh, you can't hear? Wait, if you can hear it, just say yes. I hear it. I don't think they can hear us.
Should be able to.
I'm just waiting to hear if you guys can hear
Big quiet,
everything.
but we can hear. Yeah, it's just start the music and it'll be.
Okay, let's see.
Yes, they can hear us.
You guys can hear us. Okay, cool. Awesome. All right. So anyway, so today's our release day for our Bad Dream EP. Oh, it's just kind of quiet. Okay. Well, I think it's going to work out. And we're really, really happy. Okay. Thank you. Yeah, we're really, really happy that you guys can be here today and just kind of like, I feel like a good way to connect is just to do some live streams. Since we haven't really been able to do as many shows as we'd like. And, oh, Tom's quiet. Okay, so anyway, we're our first song that we're gonna play off the new EP is "Run." It's the first song that we on the EP. Yes. And I hope that you guys like it. We'll be taking questions afterwards. So if you have any questions about anything, about the process, about the songs, about anything, we'd love to answer those for you. All right, here we go. The world sleeps. Whoa, whoa. But no one hears. You think you got the last words figured out? Run faster than you can, faster than the wind, faster than you make yourself believe. You can only for yourself, only for yourself, only for yourself. Whoa. It's a new one, guys. Whoa. The things that heal us. There's no injection for your ignorance. Run faster than you can, faster than the wind, faster than you'd make yourself believe. You can only for yourself, only for yourself, only for yourself. the life that surrounds you. You can't pretend it isn't there. Run faster than you can, faster than the wind, faster than you make yourself believe. Yeah, only for yourself, only for yourself, only for yourself. All right. All right, guys. Anyway, so yeah, so that was Run off of the new EP, and I hope you liked it. It's a really personal song to me. All of these are actually, and this EP couldn't have come at a better time. Oh, thank you. So happy, so happy. I know, I'm really, really excited. It's strange, when you put out a new a new EP, it's like you don't know, or new music, you don't know how people are gonna, respond to it, and like it's so exciting that you like it. It's always like a mystery. Like, are they gonna like it? I don't know. Anyway, so the next one we chose was Bad Dream, because the EP's called Bad Dream, so we're gonna do that one next for you guys. Deep down at the bottom of a well, not that I ran you, but I know that I fell. A sick feeling in me, a sick feeling in you. I stare at the stars, but the dark won't shine through. I'm going down, down, down. I'm gonna run up the sides of the sideways. Feed the words into you. Imagine me whatever way you want to. I've been having a bad dream. No, nothing I don't seem to be real. I've been having a bad dream. No, nothing I don't seem real. Deep down at the bottom of a well, thought you were certain, but now I can't tell. A deep tension in me, a deep tension in you. Breathing underwater was a thing I outgrew. I'm going down, down, down. Anyways, I'm gonna run up the sides of the sideways. Feed the words into you. Imagine me whatever way you want to. I've been having a bad dream. No, nothing that don't seem to be real. Been having a bad dream. No, nothing that don't seem real. I'm gonna down, down, down. Anyways, I'm gonna run up the side of the sideways alone. Anyways, I'm gonna to the sideways. I'm gonna anyways. Oh, I've been having a bad dream. No, nothing that don't seem to be real. Been having a bad dream. No, nothing that don't seem real. All right. You know what's really weird about doing streams is like you can't really move. So we're stuck here. But guys, listen, I can't believe like how many people we got in here now? Looks like 80. All right. Not so bad on a Friday. Friday afternoon. So anyways, yeah, if anybody has any questions or anything, we can Tom wants to chime in, but
yeah, if anybody has any questions that you'd like to ask, just go ahead and ask them in the chat, and we'll answer them on camera here for a little while. Obviously, if you haven't heard the new EP yet, definitely urge you to go over to our Bandcamp, which is listed at the bottom. It will be on all the other streaming services within the week, I guess. So if you prefer to consume your music that way, do that as well. We also have, I'm not sure where it is, limited edition t-shirts for the EP, which look pretty cool. Our artist, Sam, who did the cover art for all the Helix stuff, did the shirt too, and there's going to be about 50 of those. So be sure to grab one of those. And let's see. I know that we had a question beforehand in regards to the song "Slip." Do you want to speak to that at all?
Oh yeah, sure. So this EP has like just like a personal meaning for me. And Slip. So that question was from Eves Sayavia. He asked what was the inspiration for Slip. Oh, there you go. Oh, okay. He has two questions. It says, what did inspire Slip and the programming of the drums in Helix, the Helix sound? So Slip, well, not to get any, well, this year's been kind of, well, the last couple of years have been kind of weird, and, especially politically and morally, a lot of things, it's kind of hard to explain, but when you know someone for a long time, and I feel like the last couple of years were very polarizing as far as the it was very gutting, sometimes to learn that certain people didn't really hold the same beliefs as you, about politics or just human rights, and a lot of that stuff's been happening. It's really heavy. It's weighed on a lot of people. I think, honestly, I feel like a lot of people can understand and maybe sympathize that maybe there's been some disjointed communication between them and family members or friends that were close about, the topics going on in this country. And I felt like Slip, is about just watching someone go from somebody that you thought you knew to somebody that you wish so badly that you thought you had a good idea of who they were, and then in reality they weren't who you thought they were. So I actually, it's funny because the first time I ever recorded that song, actually, Tom gave me the music to record over it, and I was feeling really heavy about a lot of the political issues in our country, and a lot of the responses from close friends and family, and learning that we weren't on the same page, and just being really devastated by that. And so I actually, the first time I ever recorded that chorus, the slip, 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 I actually did cry. So it was really hard for me to sing it. So it was really hard for me to even get it out. So when I did my final take of that vocal and everything, I had to remove myself a little bit emotionally from what I was singing, because it really, really, I'm glad that you could feel the emotion in that song, because it was very emotional for me. Oh, and the drums. So I think Tom can speak to the drums.
Yeah, this is probably going to seem strange to some people, but the drum programming, especially on that track, is really influenced by a hip hop producer named Timbaland, who he's more of a pop producer now, but back in the '90s he was a hip hop producer. You probably know him from producing Missy Elliott. Is probably his most famous. Justin Timberlake as well. But he always had a really interesting style of programming drums. So that was kind of the musical inspiration there for the rhythm track. Just trying to keep up with a couple of the questions that I've seen going by here. Somebody was asking what kind of synths we're using. A lot of hardware stuff, or a lot of software stuff, like Omnisphere, Yuhi, Repro is another favorite of mine. We do use a lot of samples, like sampling, and I also use, especially on Slip, the bass line is my Moog Sub 37, which is a great hardware synth. Yeah, and please bring the mic closer. Okay, sorry about that. As far as somebody mentioned, would A23 and Helix ever go on tour together? And we've done that not a full tour, but we've done a number of shows where Helix was supporting A23, and it's a lot of fun. But it's also it takes a lot out of me doing 3 hours worth of show a night. So I'm not sure an entire tour would be sustainable, but it sure would be fun for sure. Yeah, let's see what other questions we got here. We're gonna try and scroll up here.
When will Helix and A23 visit Tel Aviv?
Yeah, Tel Aviv. We'd love to come to Israel. I know A23 was supposed to come to Israel. This was quite some time ago. It was like 10 years ago, but we weren't able to make it work for some reason. I think it had to do with the cost of the flights and that sort of thing. Somebody asked what kind of keys I'm using. Let's unplug this here for a second. For this particular one, I'm just using a little Arturia Mini Lab because it fits on my my lap real nice. But usually I'm using a Nectar P4, which is a full-sized keyboard with some drum pads and other stuff like that. When did you start making the EP?
Let's see, it's been like one of those things that like kind of been like piecemeal, like so we started it like like Tom had the Failure release recently, so we've kind of had to like put things between like him working on that stuff and then working on Helix. So it's really funny, like, though I will say, like, the EP came together really, really fast. Like, we were kind of like waffling on this one song, and I was like, Tom, I don't know, like, I'm not sure this one's gonna be what I'm gonna be. So we were like working on this one song, and I was like, I don't know. And then like I was like, I don't know. We went over a couple songs actually, and then we just like settled on these ones, and like the vocals came really fast. Like the cool part about some of these songs is that which always makes me feel like really hopeful about it, is like when the vocals come like really really fast, like the melodies and the lyrics and stuff, they just kind of flow. That's when like 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 that's like something that you can really appreciate when that happens, because it's like, oh, I think we're hitting a mark here, like the two of us, we were really like in sync at that point. So yeah, it's been kind of coming together over the last, I don't know, 6 months, like year, maybe even not. I don't know. Didn't we do one of them like kind of a year-ish ago?
It was it was kind of on and off, because I also this year I was working on the Failure re-release, which was pretty time consuming. So I'd say probably from spring of this year. I guess one of the bright sides of the pandemic, if you can find a bright side in it, is that it's really allowed us to concentrate on being in the studio and working on material. And I saw Eve's had a question that I'll speak to, and I'll let Mary comment if she wants to. But one of the things that Mary's been primarily a vocalist for other people in the past. And at the beginning of the pandemic, she decided that she wanted to learn to make her own music and work with the DAW and stuff like that. And in a very short time has come a really long way. And she's released some solo stuff. Check Mary Catman out on Bandcamp as well if you haven't already. But there was a track on here, in fact, the title track, Bad Dream, where Mary provided a bass line for me and just sung very basic vocals over it. And then I kind of developed that further into the song as you hear it right now. But that was the first, normally it's I do the music and Mary does the vocals and the lyrics, but that was the first instance where she provided some musical input too, so I look forward to more of that in the future.
Oh, my one comment about that is like Tom really is like the musical mastermind of Helix, but like sometimes like as a solo like I'm learning, obviously I'm composition and programming is coming, and like I do my own solo stuff, and so I like to leave a lot of it up to Tom. He's just like, obviously he's been doing it like way longer than I am. But it was cool, like with Bad Dream, like because we hit kind of a wall. Helix did for a second. Like I was like, I don't know, I'm like not feeling it. And he like wrote the song for me, and I'm like, I don't know. And like it's weird, like as a solo writer, like composing my own stuff as of the past year and a half or so. It's like it's weird. Like I feel like I kind of almost want to have more to do with the music, even though Tom's like, I got it, you just do the music. I'm like, no. So yeah, with Bad Dream, it was just like sort of kind of like boom boom, like I was sitting like with my MIDI keyboard, and I'm just like boom 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 boom, and then deep down at the bottom of a well, and I was like, oh shit, like, you know what I mean? I was like, it was perfect. It just like kind of came. I was like, so it was really neat. So it kind of came together really nice, and it just felt like to have like we actually just like tried to experiment differently in writing, and just having that input musically was kind of fun, because even just over that little bass line, that boom boom boom, and then been having a bad dream, like like, because it was just cool. It just kind of vibed. Oh, okay, all right. So here we got another question. It says, I was listening to some of Tom's early release stuff. I wonder what influence inspired Mary as she got into music. Oh, cool. Actually, like writing my own music. I really love trap. Like, I really love trap music. Actually, like I really love like wave music. It's kind of like a niche genre at this point. It's like basically like emotional bass music. I really love like trap, percussion. I love like hi-hats, really technical kind of hi-hat sounding. It's funny because I'm writing an album right now myself, and there's some news to be announced as to who's going to be releasing that, which I'm excited to tell you guys all about that. But like it was cool, like just coming up with like taking stuff from like my own way. Like I love, like, as far as vocally, like I would say like Kate Bush, PJ Harvey, I love Tori Amos, just as a kid out growing up, I was into that. So, I always like admire that type of vocal styling. But as far as music wise, like I just love percussion. It's funny because I'm writing this album and I'm really having a hard time getting my BPMs up. Like I'm like, all right, I'm at 115 BPM now. Because it's like I'm so used to doing like halftime for the trap, like the hi hats and the kind of more. It gives more room for more creative percussion. So, but yeah, so that was a cool question. Thank you for that one.
There was another question. Somebody was asking what the name of Mary's solo project is, and it's just under her name, Mary Catman. That's Kattman. So you can find her on Bandcamp, and I'm a little biased, but I think it's really good stuff. So you should really check that stuff out too. If you dig the Helix stuff, I think you'll really like Mary's solo stuff as well. Let's see, what's next for Helix? Any plan for a full length in the next 12 months? Mary and I had a discussion after we, finished the last album, and we're kind of trying to figure out what we were going to do next. And we decided that kind of EPs are the way that we want to go forward. So releasing smaller amounts of music more often, because as you probably know, it's been a couple years since the album came out. So our plan is to, in fact, I've already started working on the music for some of the tracks. Our plan here is to do EPs from here on out. 4 new songs and a couple remixes, and that way we can release stuff more often. And I think, it pains me to say it because I'm from an older generation that really valued the experience of listening to an album from start to finish. But I think the album format is a bit passé now with the way that people consume music through streaming and putting their iPod on shuffle or whatever. I just dated myself by saying iPod, like nobody has an iPod anymore. So yeah, our plan is to just continue releasing EPs digitally, and if there seems to be interest in it, we've discussed that maybe every 2 EPs that we put out, then we'll look into maybe doing really limited vinyl pressings of it, so that there can be what's the word I'm looking for? A physical release as well. But that remains to be seen. But for the time being, we're just going to concentrate on putting smaller bits of music out more often, and I think that's kind of the way forward for us. Let's see. Given all that's going on, how do you gather the energy, enthusiasm to do lyrics, melody, sense, all the way to compilation practice and release to this stage? As I kind of hinted at before, the pandemic has actually been a great motivator in that, because you can't go out to shows, you can't go out to eat in restaurants or to concerts or movies or whatever. So it's very much a motivating, if you're a creative person, that's kind of a motivating environment. And I'll let Mary chime in on that too.
Oh, I just wanted to say, someone asked, someone's Mary should sing an A23 song. I actually did. You can find if you look on if you look on YouTube, actually, I think you can find it. It's my friend Zach Phoenix and I of Anti-Scion did a cover of Human. I don't know if you guys have heard it. It was on Electronic Saviors. But yeah, I think you will. I think you'll dig it. Like it's really good. It's really well done, and Zach is a really, really great. Like he is just a phenomenal musician, and we've had quite a few remixes done by him. Actually, Tom just had a remix done by him on his Failure release, and I actually have one coming from him too. So I think you'd enjoy it a lot if you check it out. I think I missed one.
Guy Shore asked, "What about the meta steal from Mr. Zuckerberg?" My team of high-priced lawyers are consulting that. I can't speak to it right now, but our goal is to bring Facebook to its knees. Didn't Timbaland also process his stuff through a SID box? I don't know, but that wouldn't surprise me. Like he's a pretty big adopter of technology. Like I know his main piece of gear is still an Ensoniq ASR10, which is like a 20-year-old sampler or something like that. So he's a man who knows what he likes, I guess.
Let's just see. I think. Oh, they want to know the name of our cat.
Oh, our cat is named Osho. Um, there is a wonderful documentary called Wild Country that is about a cult that started in Oregon in the 80s, I believe it was. And Osho was the sort of affectionate nickname that they gave the cult leader. And given that cats are usually the ones running the show, it seemed like an appropriate name for a cat. Um, yeah, I think that's about all the questions that we have right now. I just want to thank everybody for tuning in, and I'm sorry for any of the technical glitches and hiccups here. This is our first time doing this, so there are bound to be some technical gremlins, but we appreciate you all tuning in. If you enjoyed this, please subscribe to our YouTube channel. We'd like to maybe do some more live streams in the future, and maybe some special stuff as far as showing you some of the project files for the songs, giving you a look inside the songs for those of you who are musicians and technical people. Yeah, so that's all I got to say. I'll hand it over to Mary.
Oh. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, someone was mentioning we did the terminus isolation. That was cool. All right. Yeah. Oh, have you considered doing a live show or your projects with ticket sales? Oh, for a live show, a live stream? No, I don't think so. I mean, and honestly, I just want to say everybody who's picking this up today on Bandcamp, it's just makes us feel so good, and we just feel so great to be supported by you guys. And like, I know we're kind of like a smallish scene, and it's just everybody's input and kindness and nice anything like comments or shares on Facebook. I mean, if you guys haven't followed us on Facebook, please do. I know it's like it's like you can check it anyway, but for some reason it matters, right? So if you could follow us on YouTube too, like if we do another one of these, we'd love to do some more songs, or maybe we'll figure out what songs you guys want to hear, and then next time we'll do those specific ones, or we can just find like new things to do. Like I was gonna start maybe doing some like videos of me, like almost acoustic, not acoustically, but almost like singing over some songs that I've done, and showing like the vocals as they are, because like there's really not much added to the vocal process with me, and I it's kind of cool to kind of show that. And so yeah, so we kind of want to do more of these. It'd be neat. And yeah, so thank you for your support. And stems. Someone wants stems.
Yes, somebody asked about stems. Thanks for the reminder there, because that was something I actually wanted to mention. I'm not sure exactly when, but sometime in the next couple weeks, I will put up a remix kit with stems in it. And it's not like a contest or anything. It's just really for you guys to, any of you musically inclined folks, to have fun with and make your own mix of one of the songs, and check out, kind of get a peek under the hood at what's going on in the song. So just keep an eye on our Twitter or our Facebook, and when those are posted, I'll make a mention of it. So thank you guys so much, and we'd love to do this again sometime. So keep an eye on our news, and we'll try and keep you guys up to date. Have a great day.